Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about something quite a bit different from gaming or some of the other stuff that I do. Recently, well, not that recently, Goji Center made a new hybrid pretty much made a new hybrid out of the Indominus Rex, which is a dinosaur from the Jurassic World franchise. So, originally I created my hybrid to defeat the original Indominus, but since he basically did a revamp of his, that's why I'm doing this hybrid. This is a showcase of my hybrid and all of his strengths and weaknesses and all the creatures which I put into this hybrid. So yeah, if you want to listen to that, please stick around. If you don't, okay, this may not be your video, but yeah, please like and subscribe. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. I do have a couple other hybrids I can go over, but yeah, it's up to you guys. So please like and subscribe, and here we go. Hey guys, this is like a surprise verse. I wanted to do this in the in this video just because this video is kind of important. But so is God. So Matthew 16:24. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." That is Matthew 16:24. So, the first thing that we're going to be covering is the main geno of the hybrid. So, the biggest main geno is the giganotosaurus, used for the hind leg, spine, and most of the skull. Provides a large dino frame that is around the indominus height and length, with the ramming instinct style, which is important with a couple of other creatures that we also have as well. Then the second most dominant feature in this hybrid, which will not be seen in the skin or in the art, is the vampire bat. The vampire bat has a unique ability which it can take the iron from the blood of its victims and put the iron into its own skeletal structure to strengthen it, which is what my creature does. Well, which is what it does in my hybrid. So it adds 10% iron to the nose horn and adds 2% iron to the rest of the skeletal structure. It does increase weight and momentum, which is also good for ramming. Even though it's slower, it will be able to hit a lot harder than it otherwise would. Also, along with a good sense of smell because of the bat. Okay, so first of the body features is the head. So with the major thing about its head is the giganotosaurus that makes up the basic skull structure. But first off, with the teeth, the great white shark is the first row of teeth, used for the slicing damage as a hybrid shakes its head, provides the instinct to sharply move head side to side, help rip and tear. That's basically what the shark teeth are really good at. They're not good for holding things in, but they're good at cutting and slicing, which is really good, especially because vampire bat will use the iron and the blood. Obviously not fast enough in this kind of battle, but still fast, still useful. And the Dinosuke is the last row of teeth, which are long and sharp, which basically stab into the prey and then hold it down in the mouth, while the shark teeth can slice and stab the whatever the prey is. Along with that, the instinct to move head side to side sharply, shaking the head. So this the tongue and the lower pit are provided by the rattlesnake, which provides the lower pit provides heat vision, and the tongue increases the ability to smell, because that's how snakes do. That's how they sense what's around them. The octopus. Okay, this is interesting. So, the main mini brain acts as the main function of the brain. Remember in Pacific Rim how the mega kaiju had the 3 brains and then the mini brains, which did different things for, which kept the ability to control each separating kaiju. This is what the octopus does. So, since there's a whole bunch of creatures in this hybrid, it is taking the instincts and all that and making it a lot more readable and more like a hive mind, really, to the central brain. Basically combining it all and make it into unison. Well, making all the instincts and all that unite into a single form instead of being wanting to fight and fly at the same time or so on and so forth. It helps to just keep things running smoothly. Also, octopi are really smart. They are also able to use tools, which is really useful, specifically for my creature because its opponent has some a chimpanzee in it, which allows it to also use tools, which is really useful for my creature. So they're able to both engage in ranged combat by throwing things at each other. So that's, yeah. And then the Kentrosaurus is the nose horn, provides a dagger-like horn and the instinct to ram, which is also what the giganotosaurus does as well. So there's that. The neck is consisted of the top being a porcupine quills defense for the neck vertebrae. As I said, the porcupine quills and extend from the very top of the head to all the way down to the end of the tail. So that includes the neck as well. Arapaima scales for the lower part of the neck. Those are multiple layered scales, so it should provide quite a bit of armor along with being slick, so that way you can swim a little bit better in water. Not by much because of all the porcupine quills and all that, but it's still able to do fairly well because of all of its aquatic features. Also provides protection for the vocal cords and airway. The giganotosaurus provides the spinal column to lift everything up, and the neck vertebrae. Okay, so the body is going to be the giganotosaurus. Well, is mainly going to be the giganotosaurus, which provides the pelvis, spine and pelvis, basically the basic structure which is used to lift the creature up. The Deinosuchus. Okay, so it has Deinosuchus osteoderms covering a small portion of the middle of the body, provides a slight armor to the middle of the body, and the ability to stay underwater for a long period of time because it has Deinosuchus lungs, so it's able to hold its breath for a good couple hours. Not as much as a Deinosuchus obviously would, but more than its opponent. It has porcupine on the whole top of its body, so the porcupine quills extend from the very top of the head all the way down to the very tip of the tail. That allows, well, it's all in the very top part of the body. So let's say if a raptor pounces on the top of the body, the quills are going to be stuck in the raptor's foot, claws, and mouth as the raptor chooses to bite down, and it's going to cause immense pain, ruining, which would also, the quills would be in the feet of the raptor, which would make it slower and easier for my hybrid to kill. This would also, for the opponent, which means Indominus Rex 2.0, it would also be very painful, to say the least, about when you bite this thing from up top. The pangolin, it provides middle body scales above the Deinosuchus, osteoderms, provides a bit more armor, and kind of like just reduces an impact if it happens at the middle of the body, that's kind of usually what happens. And Ankylosaurus for the lower body. So it's basically the skin. Since Ankylosaurus was a sauropod, it had naturally thick stomach skin because it was a sauropod. It used to get attacked a lot from the bottom. So that's why I added it to my creature. So yes, it's skin, but it's going to be a lot harder to penetrate than just usual skin. So it provides protection from beneath and the instinct to rear up and crush its attackers. So basically stomping its attackers through. So for the legs/arms, this creature was originally supposed to be able to rear up on its hind legs and use its arms as slashing tools like an Allosaurus or humans would. Well, not nearly as profound as humans would, but you get the idea. The problem is I did not realize that the top is going to be pretty heavy due to the base of the neck and all that was built around some pretty hefty creatures like Impello and other stuff like that, so it's pretty strong. So that's why it's like that. So it can go on its hind legs, but not as well as it would have. So the Montosaurus arm bones provides the arm bones and shoulders, which allows it to basically use its arms as which allows it to go bipedal and quadruped. And also the instinct to crush foes, or just crush. Allosaurus claws, as like the nails. So Allosaurus have serrated blades on their claws, which allow them to cut and slice much easier. I removed armadillo. Porcupine quills on the forearms serves as a defense if raised, or offense when slashing downward. Basically, that's self-explanatory. Lace monitor has a hand and part of arm muscles. So the allows for long fingers to grip and slash, along with the long finger is able to grab, and since it has octopus brain, it knows how to grab and hold things. So yeah. Okay, so for the hind legs, I didn't really put too much into it. Giganotosaurus for the just the bones, the basic structure, and pangolin scales for the armor on all the legs, really. Okay, so for the tail, we have the main geno about this is dinosuchus, which is the main structure and basically, the main structure and muscles of the tail. Provides a strong tail that can be used to swim along, and the instinct to tail whip, which is very important. The porcupine, as I said, quills on the top of tail, and the porcupine quills are barbed, so they will get caught and stay in the flesh or whatever it hits. So if it manages to pierce it anyway, they are also kind of fragile, so they do break. Provides protection on tail and causes injuries when swung. Lionfish tail for the tail paddle adds a bit of poison and helps to swim. And yeah, it just helps it to navigate the waters better. Impellosaurus, extra tail muscles which help lift it, and provides instinct to tail whip. Also, it's partially the end of the tail, also mixed with lace monitor, which is the very tip of the tail and provides somewhat of the shape. Provides a long, small tip that is more like a whip than the rest of the tail. Also provides instinct to swim and tail thrash. And monitor lizards, lace monitor in Pacific, have serrated tails, which means that they cut. So they cut and slash along with all the rest of the side effects of all the other creatures that I just mentioned. But yeah, that's gonna be really painful. My hybrid can travel around 27 miles per hour with the height of 24 feet when on all fours and about 30 feet when on hind legs. Length about 50 feet. It weighed about 11.22 tons. 1% iron, 2% iron in the bones, and 10% iron in the horns, which makes it around 50, which makes iron in the body around 50 pounds. Preferred attack style is ram or slice, biting style, shaking or jerking its head side to side, using the shark teeth to tear and slice and the dinosuchus to hold the prey in the mouth. That's basically that's basically what I have for my hybrid. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna go over the pronunciation of the name, which is the GIGOPIDUS. So gig comes from the name giganotosaurus. O from octopus, pi also from octopi, like octopus, octopi, and dust came from dinosuchus. Also, I figured out how to make the likely roar of this very horrendous beast. So, yeah.